try yes, face. Start. Susan. Mary.
Sheila Tessie,
Brenda Steele.
Julie DeMarco.
Carolyn Durkee.
Chuck Bridge.
Loretta has lost sound again. I'm
Okay.
trying to help her.
Hey, you're coming in and out. Hi, it's Loretta J.
There you are.
Hi.
Okay.
Thank you for joining. Okay, I'd like to ask for an approval of our minutes from the April meeting. Okay.
One on, we're talking about
Yes.
which one active clerk.
Sheila.
I can listen to it again.
Okay.
Oh,
Anything else in that?
yeah, one other thing too, I promoted me with the department updated. Bullet, we're pursuing getting really the senior advocate.
It's actually the town.
Well, I think that's why
It's actually the town of Fairfield.
You were just speaking about it.
Yeah.
I'm just working with them.
Yeah.
You could say that I'm working with senior advocates.
And
These
it's
are
a town,
himself.
Sheila, it's a town,
Yeah.
project, and Fairfield Senior Ag is part of it, right?
That is senior advocate.
Right, I just want to just pause right there. It's, the town is pursuing it with Fairfield Senior Advocates and, other departments. So we,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Anybody else have comments on the minutes?
This is Loretta. I don't think this was said earlier. The first paragraph, I think it was, it says there's the word clerk. I believe it should say check.
Yes.
Yep, thank you.
I said already, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm going to try calling it on the phone. The sound is too inconsistent through the computer.
Okay.
And Mary Ellen, weren't you?
No.
I remember you here.
I was,
It's a tiny late, then. No, I was still. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to give me the bit. Thank you.
Anyone else? Nicely done. Thank you so much. All in favor, or we need a vote?
I think. Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Great catch. Okay, so we're going to try to have Anthony Calabrese from the Parks and Rec to speak to us today. And unfortunately, he is not available, but he will join us at the June 21st meeting. So that everybody can be prepared at that meeting with your questions, and I'm sure that will be a wonderful lively discussion with Anthony. We thank him for taking the time. So Carolyn, can you please give us a report?
Well, the COVID has gone up. It's sort of plateauing, he said yesterday, but the good part is we don't have hospitalizations like we did before. And the other thing is there's a new government program to get 2 sets of 4 tests that you can have at home. It's www.covid.gov/test. The slash, I don't know how you say it, test. You can order 8 more and it's for free, and there's 4 in each package. So that's the best thing right now.
Any
And
news
they're not
on,
free.
what is the incubation period? Still 5 days?
As far as I know, yes.
3 to 5?
If
Okay. Good. Yeah. Great. Now, would it be a medical doctor that would give you the antiviral?
Doing that.
Okay.
Dot /test.
Great, thank you.
Pharmacy.
Yeah. That's,
Organized.
But, just. Website. Call, said. It's only for New York, it's from, yeah, call with a positive test.
what?
It was for New York, yeah, and my dog, we go. Yeah.
It's a nice service.
Yeah.
I don't mean to appear like not. What is an antiviral? It's an antibiotic and is it
No.
for a certain number of days? What is,
The 5-day, like, day.
okay,
It's
okay,
it's like if you've got shingles or see the. Take one, but.
Oh.
Less.
oh, so it's pills. Pill form.
Yeah.
Has anyone here ever got?
Yeah, yeah, and read, yeah, good.
I got the,
I need it. Right now, they're working. Try to serve them. Yeah.
And it worked. My wife had it.
Yeah. The test,
Yeah.
Yes.
and yeah, I'm just giving a PSA.
Can you hear Loretta?
Not really.
Okay, I'm gonna just speak.
So the other PSA is for an elderly person calling about. It's the mild. Super elderly. So just,
Here, yeah, they're not as readily available.
that's great.
is the booster seem to be getting this.
Yes. Well, April 11th you had,
Right, but there's another one, I believe it's this week.
maybe another clinic.
Yeah, or next week, another clinic at the health department, only for Moderna. Yeah,
Times.
right, but you can get them all over the place.
Anything else, Carolyn?
No.
Thank you so much.
Laura, excuse me one sec, before we move on, I put the air on, so if you get chilly, let me know and we can stop that. Yes.
All right, Julie, you're up on Commission on Disabilities.
We met, in May, or May 8th. The group is working with the Sacred Heart University students for the needs assessment and the survey. They'll continue work in the summertime and then again in the fall. So we're really excited about that. They're doing another round of, looking at other commissions. And they're, attending as many they're divvying up the list to try to attend as many town meetings as they can to have a voice and to also see what's going on in town and be like, oh, have you considered this based on perhaps a need for somebody with a disability? So it's an enthusiastic and really engaged group. I'm very excited. I think that was a great idea to attend the other meetings.
Yeah,
That came from the chair. So yeah, it's well on its way.
okay, excellent. I'm glad it's going up.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any questions? So I asked Julie, since we weren't going to be able to have our meeting with Anthony this month, maybe if she and Brenda could be ready with those numbers that we had asked them to crunch for us about, what does the idea of charging for these classes reflect for income for your department?
And I have those numbers. Loretta, I sent you an email with the same paperwork we're going over. Hopefully you can open that up and see it.
Thank you. Yes, I got the email, but I can really only hear when Julie's talking.
It's like a mixed blessing, isn't it?
All right, so what we put together is what we're proposing, what the second page, how it's. And the third is, they give you the membership. Let's see.
So if you don't mind, I'd love to start with this, I'd love to start with the second page because that's where we were before.
Okay.
It starts with pre-COVID class fees. So you'll see all the classes that we had offered prior to COVID. And when you see $15 for an instructor fee, those were 2 half-hour classes. So she taught an hour, but breaking it down into two half-hour sessions. You'll see anything that's not applicable with the NA means that students, seniors paid the instructors directly. That is not a model we're able to do anymore. So any charges we have need to come through us. But you'll see the instructor fee was $30, it's $50 now. We paid out $16,500 based on 50 classes for these and all their sessions. And you'll see the number of students as well in those classes.
So instructor fee is what they're
Is what we
charging
pay,
us,
what we,
then, the instructor.
yes, what we pay to the instructor.
Where do you go to 50?
That's, we changed that last year, so that'll be on the first page.
Oh, got it, okay, thank you.
So the fees for the classes that were paid directly were always $5, and you'll see that going down. You see the pickleball fees were 25 for the residents, 100 for the non-residents, and that was something that was paid to the pickleball group, not to the center, and we cannot do that. That's not a model we're able to follow anymore. All right, so the revenue to the instructor, so those $5 fees, that was $17.50 that went directly to the instructors, and pickleball annually collected $7,325 for a total revenue of $9,075. So the other thing I'd like to mention about the pre-COVID classes is that many of these instructors didn't return or didn't instruct through COVID and aren't coming back. So as Brenda is, building relationships with our instructors and trying to grow the program, it's not that we're trying to offer less, it's that the instructors needed to take care of themselves and get jobs in places that they were consistently teaching. And every time we shut down or doing it by Zoom, some people did not want to do by Zoom in their homes, and it's completely understandable. So the offerings do look very different now. Some of the similar ones, some different, but we don't have some of these classes anymore. And Brenda is working to try to expand the offerings. It's slow going. And at $50, we are paying better, but it's not market. Is there anything else you wanted to add on pre-COVID?
I think so, I'm sure you covered it.
Any questions on this part?
Yeah, just one quick question. These fees.
Yeah, but these are undervalued, Westport pays $110 for an hour.
We were.
Yeah, so we were really lucky for a long time, and lucky that our teachers didn't leave. Yeah, thanks, Suzanne. Okay, so the next page, okay, if we could go back to the first one, which is the proposed class fees. And this is based on 50 classes a year. So if they took 2 weeks off, that's give or take. It could be 48, it could be 45, depending on the teacher. So we pay $50 per class session. So you'll see all the way down up until pickleball that the instructors all will make that equally, 2,500. So 27,500 for instructor fees. You'll see the number of students that we have right now. We are, regardless of whether or not we charge fees, we're going to require 10 students per class in order to run the class. I rounded up in a few of these that do not have 10 students. I'm hoping for 15 for a few of them, but they don't have 10 right now. And that's, we have valuable gym space that we can use differently if a class is not popular or is not working. Okay, so you see the students. So then I broke it down to $2, $3, or $4 per session. And I would take pickleball out of that. Brenda and I had a discussion about that I'll get into, that we were just rethinking that. But you'll see that I'm comfortable with $3 a session. I think that's where you were for exercise classes. But you'll see, you know, what it would be for if the students paid. This is what they would pay if it were $2 a year, a session, $3 a session, or $4 a session. That's the cost to the senior.
Now, could I ask you, so it looks like on the other sheet that it's at the bottom now, it's Tuesdays, Fridays, you had 80 people, so
Yep.
why now are you just lower on a lot of this? You seem to be estimating.
Yes, that's a great, I'm glad you brought that up. 80 was not a safe number. It was, we feel like between 40 and 50 is a safe number for the gym. 80 was scary and crowded. Right, and it was a free, great class. So it was kind of a free for all. So we are not going to allow an 80 student class anymore. We just can't, it's dangerous.
So there'll be a cap.
Yes, there will definitely be a cap.
So I'm trying to see what the revenue of $3, 52,650 if we approve that.
Right.
What was the income pre-COVID?
That was, we didn't have an income pre-COVID because we paid the instructors and we didn't charge for the classes. So if anybody paid for a class, they paid directly to the instructor. We did not.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah,
Because I see class fees over here.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And the actual cost of the pocket would be $7,500.
Yes. For the, right. And truth be told, there's a few of these classes I think will probably be eliminated and we would offer something else.
It's good.
Mhm.
We have to.
Yeah.
Would you recommend that?
Yeah, yeah. And I would take pickleball out of that, and here's why. Pickleball, that's a group of seniors, you know, we're 50 and up who are here and play often. We can charge $5 per session per senior and get that. Most places that we've looked at charge a fee of $5 at least for pickleball. And what we're finding, like today, for instance, we had 48 spots available to play, two-hour sessions. 2 2-hour sessions. So each has 24. Today, the first session had 11, the second session had 12. And we have people waiting to sign up who can't take that. So if it's free, they can just show up and come when they want to or not, but reserve their spot if it's rainy or too hot out. That doesn't really work. It's not really fair. And it's a valuable space to have 2 indoor pickleball courts. So we would say for pickleball, we would do $5 a session for everybody. You know, now that we're charging an out-of-town fee, this is for everybody. This is not a group that has balked at paying before, as you can see. Formerly pickleball was, say for the $25 residents and 100 non-residents, there would be 40 people sitting in that gym each day. waiting for their turn to play. There's an abundance of people who want to play, and they were willing to sit there and wait forever. We're going to continue to limit the size of it because it's safe. It's safer to have fewer people. We can't have chairs around the gym anymore. There's a lot that's changed, based on last year and other injuries. Good question. I'm good. I need a breath. No, thank you. Mhm.
Is that feature?
Fairfield residents. Mhm.
And number two.
For pickleball? No.
No.
No. We're looking to offer beginner classes. We right now can't have beginners play pickleball because it's a safety issue. We need to make sure that, when you play up, you feel good when you play up and do well, but if you're playing against experts and they slam it, actually, it's scary.
So I guess, Brenda, both, but, so are there people that, so they sign up for $3 to come to Zumba? Are there people that come to both places? No, different things? So we're really talking about more than $3.
Yeah,
Person might have 12 or something.
they might. Mhm.
If they come to several classes.
But they also may be coming to several because it's free. And they've gotten in.
Mhm.
So,
Great.
we don't
So,
know.
yes, I
Right.
think there's yesterday, my aunt, who was in the last one, cleaning. She said, I wrote a check today, for $4 for whatever exercise she takes.
Mhm.
And I said to her, were you okay with that, Alex? I love my class, and so the mentality is, if they get on board, it's just a given that you're gonna pay.
Right, it's unusual that you don't. You'll see at the
Yeah.
bottom, the cost to the seniors, if we go with $3, and, we haven't decided that yet, is $150 per class for a year
Okay,
of classes.
so.
Per class, so, to Barbara's point. Right, to Barbara's point.
Ball players, 8 weeks. Yes. The other thing is like, what do the pickleball players think when all of a sudden they pay $20 an hour?
They feel very lucky.
I was gonna say, so what would
Well, that's where we are,
Yeah.
it's a privilege to play where there's very little open court and there's competing area, like indoor tennis in Milford, the place in Trumbull, they charge like $10 a session, this is still a deal.
So I think charging pickleball, though, go.
Mhm.
My question, if someone involved in us in body balance and Tai Chi classes, which tend to skew to I'm concerned about, again, I'm concerned about that. I'm super out that don't participate in pickleball. That. So
Yeah.
I am.
No, I understand. We've been taking a good look at who's taking the classes, even free. It's not the super frail elderly. They're not. What we're looking for is a chair instructor. The average age of the exercise classes is 74. It's not that frail group. It's not even the Tai Chi. That's mostly an out-of-town group. And I'd say the average is still 74. Their body balance, maybe Mary, one or two who are older but not frail.
That's so interesting to me. Population, I feel that
Mhm.
telling them to come to this because it's preventing falls.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, and I deal with that super population. So
Right.
there's obviously a disconnect with the people that are living out there.
Right.
That need it versus that get.
Right.
And so the barrier then be, you know what I mean? I'm just taking perspective, but I'm looking at that population.
Right.
And that's the barrier.
This, just a quick comment. We give instructors classes.
Mhm.
We have 90 chairs following along.
That's right.
Right.
So it can be done.
Oh, and they absolutely do that. Yeah.
Not the phrase.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Like,
bring that.
Right. Right. Right.
You know, I mean, I think it's perception of, because I think, you know, it's not getting up there. I'm young, though. I think, you know, we're hearing the message, do all these things because we want to make sure you keep your spine flexible. We want to make sure you keep your balance, whatever, that's to keep you young. But the message is, or if you're already there, that this could also be beneficial. So somehow it's perception, I think, saying that it seems like the 65 to 75-year-olds are hearing, go do these things, where the 85-year-olds are not out there, that, you know.
No, I agree with that. That's why, you know,
Right. And I get what you're saying. The average age and the attendance hasn't changed. So even during COVID with Zoom, pre-COVID, it's the same thing. People aren't coming here to do, if they're frail, they're not coming here to do exercise. Even when there were, flex and stretch, they weren't enormous classes. That wasn't the demand. It was something else.
that's so interesting. You walk into these assisted
Mhm.
those, I mean, they have the ones.
Right.
No, my goodness, that group,
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
they can't accommodate all the people that want.
Right.
So that's.
Right. It's two different audiences because we're more of a community center than we are, I know you do. It's hard,
Yeah, my point is, I don't want that to be a barrier.
Yeah.
That are seeking that kind of treatment. I
Right.
hear you, that the people are hogging the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Right, and if nobody's really able to hog it now because we have to limit the size of it.
right.
Again, it's scholarship and we are very subtle about how we approach that, especially if you know somebody, and we tell this to the home care agencies as well. If you know somebody who's coming in who can't afford to do something, whether it's a picnic or, we haven't really charged for much now. We will invite them to come in and welcome them there and not even mention that there's a fee because it is a challenge to afford these things on a fixed income.
Yeah.
So we're very aware of that. I get it's a change in that could impact a few people. It hasn't been a concern because of the age of our average people right now.
Well, I like that you guys monitor classes. And are both very aware of who's in your classes, what the level is, right? So that's important, right? So there's a personal connection. there,
Yeah.
Which is great. Well, we always said, motion is lotion. Yeah. And maybe what we should do is for everybody that signs up as an get
That's cute.
give it to them, and they can.
Maybe a sticker? Yeah. I like the idea of a sticker or a button. I'm not sure I want to spend the money on
More
t-shirts.
affordable.
Right.
Or maybe we get a home care agency to do it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Audience.
If you look at it, so the other deal would be annual, like, right?
No, we charge by session. So if somebody is like a snowbird and goes to Florida,
Okay,
getting-
sorry. I thought
yeah.
you would pay a one-time fee.
No,
So you had,
they went in the old model.
no, but I mean the new model, the proposed
Oh,
model.
No,
It'd be by semester, so we're now, right,
Would be,
so, no, it would be, so the summer semester is July and August, and then it's September, October, November is the fall. The winter is December, January, February, and the spring is,
Okay, yeah, because I-
March, April, so it's by semester. So
Snowbird,
it's-
Right.
because I think go to Florida for 12
Yeah.
months, and for 12 months. But
right.
so you have it for when they pay for them.
Yes, basically.
Yes,
Okay,
and they,
And that's the same with pickleball too.
yes.
I mean, I think quarterly.
How will you disseminate the information to them?
On the newsletter, and the Brenda's weekly updates. I just can't remember what I just wanted to say. It was something along those lines. In the right building, I'll come back to it, whatever it was, it'll come back to me.
Let's put pickleball in context. I would think it meant the take.
Mhm.
And 7 seconds.
for 7.
I think we
I would prefer to see jacking up the price.
I did that the last time. Now I've got to graduate.
Yeah.
I think you told me to go forward.
one conversation, go ahead, Gary Ellen.
It's just so popular, such a youthful sport. Those people have disposable income. I would support going much higher on the pickleball. So supplements, for current active.
Yeah,
Well, they were used to $20 to play,
25 for the year
which probably is too
for
much.
residents.
Yeah.
I do remember what I wanted to say, sorry. Well, it's in my head, do you want?
Go.
Right, exactly. So, our yoga teacher stopped teaching. She has family issues for our April, May, June semester. She made the difficult decision to end her class. And we have to vet our instructors, make sure they're insured. And that was a hard thing for the seniors who took that class. So Brenda found somebody to do a pilot program for June. We're charging for that. We're charging $5 because it's an unusual, it filled like that. There was not an issue whatsoever. And it was pretty much the same people. We also had our former instructor do a yoga workshop, which was a one-day thing and charged the $5, and that filled up. So it's not as though they're averse to paying. I'm not sure everything has to be $5. I think that's a lot. But pickleball, I think more than that would be too much. I don't know, but Yeah.
Because they also used to come in and be here all day, so they're only here for 2 hours each session. So more than 5 for just 2 hours would seem.
So proposing $5.
But that's that's a lesson. So that's instruction. This is not instruction
right.
daily, so it's a little.
But it's a class charge for pickleball.
Oh, 100%. And Brenda's working on getting a pickleball instructor that would be charging more than the $5, would be charging probably more, I think, more than Joe, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. And we would charge the rate to cover the cost of that, and then maybe an additional amount on top of that. So we get a little something off it.
What happens if someone has goes back?
No. It is. And we do Fairfield residents first, that first week to sign up, and out-of-towners the second week. And people have been boxed out, which is why the lack of attendance is so frustrating, because that's 11 people or 13 people this morning who, the early session, who could have played, and they were boxed out. And that's a shame.
But if they pay, they're going to come, or if they know that they can't come that whole, at least a majority of that semester, it's only fair that someone else, can get that. It's,
And
we still do offer, I've been trying to, for the Freo or someone, different, one-day workshops, topics from, we had a bar class, we had somebody from Waveney came in and did a presentation. So trying to help people who might not be.
right. Fall prevention,
Fall prevention.
matter of balance, that kind of stuff.
We're trying
Right.
to offer those, a couple times a month.
Right.
So that there's an option of some sort of exercise or health-related topic
Mhm.
for health being healthy.
So if we go back to pickleball, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you propose $5
Mhm.
for the 48 people.
Right, and so these numbers don't reflect that.
Right. So what exactly does that mean? $5 if they play in the morning and the afternoon, they pay 10?
They are not allowed to play in 2 sessions a day.
This was
Once a day on Tuesday or Thursday, both. If
Mhm.
somebody plays Tuesday and Thursday, $10 for that week.
Right.
Then the following week, $10. So if they play on a monthly basis twice a week, $40.
Oh,
Okay,
10.
five times.
Yes, no, 10 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, and they'll be clear on.
10 a week. Good.
Okay, because
Yeah.
that's a lot more obviously than they were paying for, so.
Mhm, it is. Mhm. Right, that's 1,200 a week. Yeah, 1,200 a year.
But now you're looking.
600.
Well, for just beginners, and that would just be a one-time, that would be a
Yeah,
4-week workshop type of
Training.
the training, yes. That's because we have not allowed beginners to come
I'm
in.
trying to anticipate, what they will think. No, I'm sorry, what did you pay for,
Okay.
Are they an hour late?
And now it's been off,
Oh,
so, at the beginning, open, still, the oversight.
It's like a
Make
coach.
sure that they put like here, then some people don't show up.
Mhm. Okay. I do want to mention that the new membership fee for out-of-towners, we've received questions about it, but really no pushback from it. So, that everybody will pay, not just out-of-towners. I think that's an okay way to go.
which takes me to page number 3.
Yes, so that's the membership fee, right? Right.
Because I want to kind of understand it.
Okay, so this is with the membership fees. Across the board, our out-of-town members, it's about 28% of them. When I say active members, that's somebody who takes more than 4 classes a year. It's not showing up 4 times, like doing a session of exercise or where they're here at least for 4 activities, ongoing or not, a year. So it's a little more than this, but I cut back a few things, a little more than 2,000. Of that, about 1,400 are residents and 573 are non-residents. So I cut off a page. So
And that's money, not number.
right, those are number of people. So with that activity fee, yeah, I'm sorry, I cut my columns off. The new membership fee, based on that 573, we would collect 14,325. And that's a low ball. I feel like, we'll have lifelong learners in the fall and in the spring. So we have other activities where there's spurts. These are the numbers based on right now, how many we have. And then just for your information, of all our members is 5,600, non-residents 39, and residents versus non-residents. That does not include people who are passed away now. So that was a big win for us. Yes, we did. Yes, we do have to do that. So the membership fee, we're anticipating roughly 14,000.
Okay.
And so all told, if we did, and we
Mhm.
talked to pickleball and
Yep,
you're talking about a pretty good.
we are, which, well, it goes, well, I'm glad you asked, because now I have the actual answer. It does go to the general fund, but if we were to, say, expand to the other side of the building, not saying we are, if we were to expand to the other side of the building, the revenue loss from the town is $70,000. It is better for us to be able to say, we have in revenue, we bring this in, and we think the town would not be at a loss for that. That is not something we're gonna get back. If we needed to increase what we pay our instructors or what we pay our staff, because the instructors make more hourly than the staff does, or if we wanted to add a programming piece of the budget, we are better able to make that argument, having revenue. Right now, we're like, please, and using donations for things. That's not what donations are meant for. The donations are meant to provide, services and activities for the seniors. So, it's a good chunk of change. And these are estimates based on how many people we think will sign up for them. But it's also respectful of the town to pull our weight some and to not just take.
So what are the numbers? 14,325.
Right.
And
That if we go based on, I have to take away 14, so the 52,650 less 14,000, because that's not the pickleball money, and we'll do the pickleball money in a second. Is 38,000, right? Is that right? 18, no, 14?
okay, so 14,325 is where you get 52.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
I just did the math wrong. I wish I had a calculator. Yeah, we sure are.
Why are you taking it away?
This is why I'm a social worker.
It's really out of pocket.
Okay.
It's taking the, from.
It's, yes, so it's,
14,000 out of it.
so it's 14,325, take away 38,650, and 38,650 based on taking out the pickleball. You with me?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't do it.
What,
New year, 14.
new member fee is for out of towns.
Right.
And that's 14,325. That shouldn't even be touched.
Right, but if you have the, we haven't added the pickleball in, if you take the 52, based on the $3 a session, 52,650, take away 50 gives, 14 gives 38,650.
Yep.
Right? So then now we can do the math for the pickleball, so,
14,400.
is that what you got?
Why would you keep the 14 out?
Because
there
the-
are-
No, I'm taking the 14 out because it doesn't reflect what we would be charging, that would just be $3 that we're charging based for the 1420, 1440, you're right there. So I want to redo that with $5 for the fee. You with me?
Yep.
So 48 people times $5 times 50
She's gonna.
is 12,000.
Do we need to?
So it's another 12,000. Right, so 12, and add to the, the,
14,325, 38,650. Plus
12,000.
right, and 12,000 for the pickleball.
Okay.
And some of it, yeah,
So
7,
roll the
9,
numbers
14,
From the top.
64. Okay. For the $3 a session,
Yeah.
take away the 440, so it's 38,250 is what, without pickleball, $3 a session, what the revenue would be.
Okay.
Okay, 38,250. Add 12,000 from pickleball at $5
Four people.
for pickleball
Okay.
at $5 a session.
Okay.
And then the membership fee is 14,325. 14, the ones that's,
That's. If I calculate.
You got the calculator.
You tell Barbara.
And say.
although we have to take out 400 because we only deducted 14,000, not the 1440.
14.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah. So
And what's
that's,
that from?
that's,
So it's probably 64,975.
another 400,
Anyways,
taking it out. Did you ever think this would be a math conversation?
And I'm still,
So 64,575, is that what you got, Barbara? Would be the revenue. If, all things go, the way how many members we'll get from out of town and if pickleball pays.
as opposed to 975, right? Pre-COVID.
Right,
9,075 is what you were taking in pre-COVID. So that's great.
but that was what they were taking. We
Yeah.
didn't get that. So that was to the instructors and to pickleball. And this does not include art classes, trip revenue. Yeah, we charge for those no matter what, Spanish. Those were not
this just comes from this class.
for fitness,
Fit.
right? We don't have to do that anymore, yeah.
And
so
you're
what-
looking to institute this in the fall. So
Yeah,
right now,
September.
It's ongoing discussion, or do you want to vote today?
Well, I'd love you to think about it and maybe we vote next month. Loretta will be there and if any questions come up, we don't want to be tricky about it. We want to announce it, probably in July, right? If we can, because the registration for fall is in August.
Okay.
Get, you have your exception, pickleball rather than charge $3.
Yeah. And if a Fairfield resident is unable, pickleball is a different story, but we do have a few people who would not be able to afford that, whom we would still have play, and same with exercise classes.
Well, would you give a scholarship?
Yes.
But you want to be consistent, right? We don't want to just give away anything.
Right, so we call free scholarship.
Oh,
But yes, yes, but there are a few people we would scholarship.
Now with interest. That there is.
It'll be in the newsletter. And, we are also, anybody we already know of who would struggle, we know of, and we could approach, yeah, and it's, yeah, right, and that can be, yeah. For new people, they would probably be less apt to ask, but, I wouldn't do a social work assessment like we do that for the social services side. I think it's, it is hard to ask. So if somebody is concerned that they're on a fixed income and aren't able to take an exercise class, right, and we would have that conversation. I think we can be more generous with that because we want to encourage participation. So the revenue might be off because, people are on a fixed income and we don't want to be unkind about it, but we don't want to do, like our intake for social services is very thorough. That's not necessary for this.
Excellent discussion.
So Barbara and I had this sidebar. This is the amount coming in, you still have to pay the instructors that.
Yeah, well, no, we have already budgeted the instructor fees in our budget. In our
Okay, but in the
approved
effect,
budget.
it's going into the general budget.
No, we have, because that line item is already in our budget, so they still get paid. This is all going into the
So
general.
this is additional.
Yeah, yep.
Right, that's in your budget.
Yeah. The money the revenue that we earn is turned in, it's put directly into the general fund. Right, but it,
Yes,
yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, and we, we need to be able to come up with an articulate plan of why we would need to go in on that. So, we have, it's a learning curve for us, but it's also a great opportunity to do enhancements. If we were to expand, if we were to, if we were to want to add a pavilion in the front, there's,
How does it work though with the budget process? Because I know we just get stuck between rock and hard place on those too. That if you look like you don't have a deficit and you ask your funders for X amount, that's funding for, you have surplus. I just came upon this on that just did. And so, it's.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, like, you're
Like you don't have to
you
get
give
funded,
them this money.
they say, look. Right?
Yeah.
Internally.
Yeah, it should be like a slush fund or something.
No,
It doesn't work. Don't work that way either.
I mean, we're not gonna change that, but a lot better ways to do it. Basically, Nicholas said, then you have town work that goes above and beyond what you're.
well, we're a town department though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, I mean, that's the model we go on, and the town does a lot for us. The logistics and the nuances of if we could hang on to this money and have a bank account to pay everything out would be great, but that's just not the way the town is set up. Yeah, I do. Yes.
You go the whole process.
Process, yeah.
So
Like
if
this,
they look at our income coming in, that's what I'm worried about, that they say, look, all of a sudden, $64,000, we're gonna cut something.
but that's not,
You're gonna
yeah.
have
So much.
Right, that money goes to their fund, so they see, oh, you have revenue, that's great, keep it up, because they're not, that wouldn't mean a cut, because we don't get to touch that money. That was in the fund,
Probably think this, say, these are what we need to go.
definitely.
Right.
It's supposed to come with dollars.
Yep.
And that's what.
And this is what we're bringing in, yep, that's exactly right. Yeah,
You just need that, list of priorities that you want. to use
Exactly.
that.
exactly, and it's not like there's an urgency to it, because we want to know what happens with expansion, there's talk about other sites that, that's not our call, that's the town call, so we just have to see, we have budget money for the fees and professional services to pay the instructors and to get the equipment we need for classes. And we have our donations to cover those scholarships.
It's great. You guys did a wonderful job putting this together. I know we took a lot of time.
It's been on like social.
My head was about to explode.
Wow.
I'm gonna take a stand range, so
It was your
Yeah.
project.
Yes.
you're pushing it in an uncomfortable direction.
Yes, yes, I'm learning so very much. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I said, I love that, yeah.
So
COVID
is
was a
everybody
person.
comfortable waiting, or does everybody want to vote on it now?
I think, I think
Wow.
Loretta,
Loretta, you
you
on?
with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you ready to vote?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Are you comfortable voting on proposed fees?
I heard very little of what was said today. So I prefer to wait. I was actually appreciative of the vote for next week. Everyone else wants to vote today?
Yeah, actually, Loretta, I don't think we're gonna have in-depth discussion next month unless people have questions about what we discussed today. So I just want to say, if you want to listen maybe to the recording then, prior to
The
next.
recording's the same as what I'm hearing today. It's not that I'm not here. It's that I hear very little of what is being said. So the recording's not going to make a difference. But I would like to go through the spreadsheet some more.
Okay.
Okay, so then, if everyone is in agreement, Loretta, you'll listen to the recording, go through the spreadsheet, and next month we'll come back and vote unless there's something glaring that needs to be discussed.
I'm sorry, Laura, I see you talking, but I can't hear the words. Their sound system is really not sufficient for zooming in. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So you'll review the spreadsheet, the recording,
Listen to the recording.
and then we'll vote next month?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good. Everybody okay with that?
I'm not gonna be here next month. I'm hopefully gonna be in Spain and Portugal.
Oh.
So,
Sure you don't want to call
I
in?
was gonna say, so I'll have to.
Oh, Suzanne won't be here either.
Okay, we
We
might
gotta
have
make
to,
sure we have warm.
well,
Yeah, we better vote.
yeah, Loretta, it looks like it's gonna be a vote today.
Okay.
Won't be here.
Yeah, because a few other people won't be here next month.
Okay, all in favor of accepting the proposed,
you want to make a motion.
make a motion.
Accept the proposal to charge $2 a session for all the classes except for all, which is $5 a session, to be paid quarterly.
And could we put in there maybe though that we have a time we review it to see how it's going?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I don't know.
Like a 6-month period.
Yeah,
So-
Yep.
6-month review period.
yep.
Sounds good.
And that would be after 2 semesters, so
Yeah.
that's fine. That would be after the fall and winter.
And while we're in discussion, if the economy is challenging and this is something that is,
Not palatable.
that, right, then that we can assess that as well.
So that's what we
Yeah,
can
okay.
do it, or you come to us and say,
What would we think?
emergency, we have to make a change.
Yeah, okay.
And resolution, it would also include the ability of scholarship.
Yes, scholarship on a needs basis. Okay. Sheila,
Sheila, you
You
got
got
We
it?
have a second to Joe's motion. All in favor? Any opposed?
I'm opposed.
Oh, you're opposed.
Loretta,
Can you vote?
yes, opposed. I think opposed. Yep, okay.
Okay.
That's great.
Pass.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent discussion.
There was a
Julie,
discussion.
please give us an update, please.
Yep, I think I'll let Brenda kick that off. Senior Center.
Senior Center, and Bigelow Center, it's going great. We had barbecue today, courtesy of the Friends of the Bigelow Center. Had, 75 people here, so things are moving along. We've got,
It was very nice.
June,
It
great,
was.
Great
It was
food,
very
right?
good.
yeah, very good.
What's the caterer?
Reef Shack.
Yeah,
What do you have as the entree?
it was hot dogs and hamburgers, nice pasta salad, garden salad, but,
It was cute.
yeah, very,
And we
very.
have seen that in the newsletter, correct?
Yep, so
So
take,
everybody try
for
to
sure,
take
take a look at the
newsletter.
newsletter.
They're fun to attend, and I apologize I didn't get here, but yeah. It would be nice. They love to see us, like,
They do.
seniors really do appreciate us going and finding out what we're doing, that we're working on their behalf, you know, and helping Julie and Brenda
Yeah.
with what they do, and, yeah,
Yeah.
so follow your newsletter, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So everything's going well, and despite the high numbers, I mean, we still have quite a few people here enjoying the center, so I'm really excited about being full-time and, you know, offering a lot of really wonderful programs. Serving center.
Not required.
Not required.
Good.
But is there a reason the front doors are still closed, the automatics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have new doors.
We had new doors put in, and we need a new carpet there just for safety reasons.
Oh,
Right, they bumped it out and they tried to patch it up, but, it's just unsafe yet.
Got it,
No.
No, not COVID related. So all's going really well.
good.
Very exciting times.
That is great. And in terms of social services, both Melinda and Brandon, Melinda is our newly approved full-time social services coordinator. That starts July 1st. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be awesome also for social services for the continuity, because right now it's 6 part-time social workers and they're amazing, but to have somebody who is there all the time will be an enormous help. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, thank you.
Any public comment? Anybody have anything else they want to talk about? An awesome, succinct discussion today. We're done early for a change. Hey,
I love how the thing is.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
and I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day weekend. Stay and enjoy your families and friends, and we look forward to seeing you June 22nd. If I can have a motion for the adjourn.
I said.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye, Loretta.
Bye, Loretta, feel better.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.